Almost every religion has their own interpretation of demons. Sometimes they are sinister beings with malicious intent, and sometimes they are imp-like creatures who whisper in your ear to make bad decisions. But there is one particular demon that has had stories written about it since the 1800s, the demon simply known as Zozo. The first recorded incident involving Zozo was in 1816 when a girl fell victim to a demonic possession. It's said that she had as many as 4 demons inhabiting her, one of which was named Zozo. In 1951, a young boy called Roland Doe, a pseudonym for his real name, was said to have gone through an extremely violent and horrifying exorcism involving Zozo. In fact, his story went on to inspire the book and film The Exorcist. It is also generally believed that Zozo was behind the Enfield hauntings of 1977, in which 2 sisters claimed a demonic presence inhabited their house and tortured them for weeks. These are just some of the eyewitness accounts of this particular demon, and they all have one thing in common: a Ouija board. For anyone who may be unfamiliar, a Ouija board or a spirit board is a small piece of wood with the letters of the alphabet, the numbers 0 through 9, yes, no, hello, and goodbye written on it. It uses a small piece of wood or plastic called a planchette as a movable indicator to spell out messages during a seance. It is generally believed that Ouija boards are used to communicate with the dead. However, most stories involving a Ouija board end in tragedy. Every encounter with Zozo has come from someone using a Ouija board to communicate with the deceased. Witnesses who have had contact with Zozo have reported that the demon will go by many names, including Zozo, Zoso, Zaza, Mama, Oz, Zo, Za, Abacus, and even Pazuzu, the king of the demons of the wind in Mesopotamian religion. At first, it tries to convince the user that it is a deceased loved one. It will act friendly and inviting, but quickly starts to act more violent and aggressive as the session progresses. Allegedly, Zozo will manipulate the emotions of anyone participating in a spirit board session and can continue to terrorize them well after it is over by appearing as a shadow-like figure, moving objects, and even invading the dreams of its victims. Though Zozo is not the only demonic entity to have made its way through a spirit board, it is perhaps the most famous. In 2009, a man named Darren Evans wrote of his experience with the demon, claiming that he had come into contact with Zozo, and his life became a waking nightmare afterwards. According to Evans, Zozo claimed that he would take him and his family to paradise. When Evans asked where paradise was, Zozo spelled out hell on the spirit board. Evans was clearly disturbed by this, so he went to check on his girlfriend and their 1-year-old daughter, but his girlfriend was not in their bed, and he found his daughter drowning in an overflowing bathtub. Thankfully, his daughter survived and his girlfriend was found. After this incident, hundreds of other stories came pouring in from others who claimed to have encounters with Zozo. These reports range from weird bruises and scratches on people's bodies to moving objects in their house to possession. Zozo has even appeared in mainstream media, including books, movies, and even an episode of Ghost Adventures. Naturally, with anything paranormal or supernatural, there are skeptics and those who don't believe. And who knows, maybe they're right. I don't know if I completely believe in something like Zozo, but that doesn't mean that I will be messing with a Ouija board anytime soon. If you do ever decide that you want to play with one, just make sure that you always end your sessions by saying goodbye on the board. If not, you may find yourself being followed by something sinister. Thanks for watching. Stay weird.